Hello and welcome back to Intrepid Tactics. I'm Brice and this is our weekly update. Let's start with our highlights from last week. So we added a bunch of stuff to our store, some new shirts, a new shot timer, and a bunch of new books from Blacksmith Publishing. Great stuff from Blacksmith Publishing, so make sure to check those out. A lot of different titles. The Small Unit Tactics Handbook has been super popular. We're sold out of it right now, but gonna get some copies of that in soon. Also, the new shot timer that we've got, this Shooter's Global Smart Shot Timer, is awesome. I've been playing with this thing for the last couple weeks, testing it out, and really happy with the results that I'm getting. So we used it in one of our past courses. I've been using it for dry fire training at home, and it is much better than a lot of the shot timers that you're probably used to seeing and using. It's got a number of features on it that are super useful for home training. So your typical shot timer, like your Pack 3, which is what I've been using in courses before, isn't really adjustable for sensitivity. It has a little knob on it technically if you remove the battery cover and tweak it, but you can't easily do it, right? So if it's, if you're shooting suppressed or shooting airsoft pistol or dry fire, it's not going to pick any of that stuff up, right? Whereas this SG shot timer, the Shooter's Global Smart Shot Timer, it does pick that stuff up if you adjust the sensitivity on it. It's super easy to do. So here's mine. I added a case to it. We got those in too, so those are on the site if you want to grab one. And all you got to do to adjust the sensitivity on it is go into the settings that you want for whatever exercise that you're doing. So here I'm going to go into dry practice, right? And then there's a little settings button, and then you go down there and you can change like the dry time. The sensor setup is what you need for sensitivity, right? This is set at 100 right now because I'm using it for my at-home dry fire training, and that's going to pick things up. Now, it does have a couple caveats with it. It's going to pick up when you rack the slide and things like that too, because it's just picking up like that sort of a click noise. So you do have to tailor your training around that a little bit, but it's a great tool. Really been enjoying this so far. We have those on the site. So the shot timer also has an app that comes with it. The two connect via Bluetooth, and you can do a bunch of stuff in here. You can take a video of yourself, or have a friend take a video of you while you're doing a stage, and it will record the video and then impose the times from the shot timer on top of it. So you'll see your times, your splits, all that information that you're used to just getting on your shot timer. You actually have it on a video, so you can go back then and take a look and diagnose, why was I slow? Did I stumble out of the holster? Was it in between shots? Something along those lines. It's something that is super useful to do when you're trying to diagnose the issues that you've got that way, and you're going to be surprised at what you see when you watch yourself shoot that way. I used to do this a lot in jiu-jitsu, where it was kind of hard sometimes to watch myself rolling, but as soon as I did, I realized like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong, that piece right there. And the same thing goes for shooting, right? If you watch yourself on video, you're gonna see some of the things that you were missing before. That works dry fire, airsoft, at the range, all the above there. So and if you want to, you could show those videos off to your friends, send them around, put it on Instagram, right? But it's a pretty great combo. Really happy that we've got these in stock. So they're kind of tough to come by some of the time. So if you're in the market for a shot timer, go ahead and grab one of these from our site, intrepidtactics.com. We've also got a bunch of new apparel, some shirts and sweatshirts and mugs and things like that on the site. So if you're looking to rep the axe and arrows that we've got, go ahead and check out the apparel section on there too. Next up, the Mogadishu Mile. So today is October 4th, 2023. That is 30 years since Operation Gothic Serpent, which some of you might know better as Black Hawk Down, which the book and the movie were named after. So it was Delta Force and Task Force Ranger. Delta Force and Rangers were going in to capture a warlord, Muhammad Farah Aidid, back in 1993, and they got themselves, trying to do this daytime raid, found themselves stirring up the hornet's nest, if you will, and got into a prolonged gunfight. So it ended up being 2 days long. So it started on October 3rd, ended on October 4th, and resulted in 19 dead on the American side. I think 18 of those were Americans and one was a Malaysian but 19 dead on the combined forces side there. So a lot of you have probably watched the movie. Some of you have maybe read the book or listened to some interviews. I've seen Tom Satterley on some stuff recently. That guy's amazing. Listen to his interviews on wherever you can find him. Sean Ryan, Pinelander, a bunch of spots. The way that operation ended was with a bunch of Rangers moving out on foot from the objective. So the Humvee column that they sent in to get them out ended up taking a bunch of casualties, was full up. The guys that could run out were running out. So that's what the workout of today is. It's called the Mogadishu Mile. And we're borrowing this from the Three Rangers Foundation. Figure those guys are the experts on this one. So this one's going to be 4 rounds for time. I'm going to have this up on our blog too if you want to take a look there, or in the comment section of this video. So 4 rounds for time. So you're gonna need a weight of some sort. I'm gonna be using this kettlebell. So I will be doing this with some friends here in a minute. It's a 45-pound kettlebell. I think that the instructions on the site say 35 or 53, but use what you got, right? So you're gonna need a weight. If you don't have that, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can improvise. This is from my backyard. I'm gonna bring this for friends that don't have something with them. So you can find a weight to use, even if you don't have, high-end gym equipment or whatever. If you wanna be an overachiever, you can go the full route, get some Ranger panties, throw those on if you've already got them. Wear your kit and go all out for the workout of the day for the Mogadishu Mile. It's gonna be 4 rounds for time. You're gonna do, start with overhead dumbbell snatch, right? So swinger snatch, you're gonna bring it 2 hands up over your head, right? So from a squat position all the way up and then back down. And you're gonna do 19 of those, 19 for the 19 dead. After that, you're gonna do 19 front squats, right? So just holding that thing in the front, that weight, and then squatting down on the front squat. And followed by 19 push-ups, right? So you're gonna be in the push-up position with one hand on the kettlebell, right? And you're gonna do 19 on the right side, 19 on the left side. So one hand will be kind of elevated up on that kettlebell as you're doing your push-ups there. That's gonna, of course, be a total of 38 iterations there, so 38 push-ups. And then you're gonna do a 400-meter run with your kettlebell or your dumbbell, and you're gonna do 4 rounds of that for time, right? So at the end of that, that's pretty good workout. I did 1 set of that just to see what it feels like, and it's gonna be a good one. So other part of this is there's some other rules with it. You can check out the blog or Three Rangers Foundation site on it, but the gist of it is you can't leave your kettlebell throughout the entire workout, right? So that's the catch. You can't drop the thing or throw it or anything like that. You got to keep your hand on it in the same way that you would not leave your Ranger buddy behind. Yeah, so that's the workout. Go ahead and knock that thing out today. It's going to feel great, even if it's a little rough while you're doing it. So next up on the calendar, of course, we're doing the Mogadishu Mile this morning. After that, it's going to be the Pacific Northwest Self-Defense Seminar and Firearm Vendor Expo. So that's being put on by Accuracy Northwest. If you want to get some more details on it, you can go to accuracynorthwest.com. You got to pre-register for it and sign up. We're going to be there as a vendor. I think it's $75 if you're coming for the day, for the seminar, and for everything else that's involved with it. So going to be a bunch of firearms training vendors there. Higher Desert Cartridge. Those are some guys out of Goldendale that make ammo out there. Ground Level Mindset. Of course, Intrepid Tactics is on there. Let's see who else we got. Northwest Tactical Training. A whole Snipercraft Northwest. A whole list of other trainers that are going to be there. So that would be a good one to come to. The seminar that they're putting on is I think it's around use of force in the home, and the guy that's teaching is a bit of an expert in that, and everything that comes along with that. So I would really like to take that course or that seminar. I'm probably going to be at the booth a bit, but hope to peek my head in a little bit and hear what he's got to say on use of force recommendations for home defense. So that's going to be awesome. Come on out to that if you get a chance. Like I said, we'll be there as vendors. Once again, you do have to pre-register for the event, accuracynorthwest.com. Yeah, so come join us in Yelm, Saturday, October 14th, 2023, Yelm, Washington. It's going to be the Pacific Northwest Self-Defense Seminar and Firearm Vendor Expo, accuracynorthwest.com. Really thankful that they're hosting this thing and invited us to come along. So really excited to be there on this one. All right, upcoming courses. Our next courses are going to be Pistol 1 and 2 on Friday, October 27th and Saturday, October 28th. If you're going to come to these, I highly recommend that you sign up now to secure your spot for those classes and come on out. We've had a lot of people returning to our classes recently. We've got people that have taken, you know, the rifle series or the pistol series or are going to the other series. So really happy to see people returning. It means a lot to us to see you guys come back for more training. Really happy that we're getting that training out to you. So these are our flagship courses. Pistol 1 is really the first course that we designed around the Intrepid Tactics way of doing things. The pedagogy, if you will, the methods that we use for teaching. So we framed this one and all of our courses around a historical American gunfight. Pistol 1, of course, is Wild Bill Quick Draw. That one we go over a lot of safety first because it's, you know, the first in that series. So for some people, this is the first of these style of shooting courses that they've taken. So safety, of course, and then a lot of fundamentals of marksmanship. But then we get into how to draw from a holster, how to be quick out of the holster, but then accurate at range too. So Wild Bill faced this guy Davis Tutt at 75 yards, which is a pretty long pistol shot, right? Most people don't shoot beyond 25, 15, 10 even. So so anyways, we get people shooting out a little bit further. It's going to be a really fun course up in Custer, Washington, at Custer Sportsman's Club, which is sort of our home range where we do a lot of training. And then after that, it's going to be Pistol 2 the next day, Saturday. You don't have to sign up for both these courses. You can sign up for one or the other if you want to. I do recommend, you know, if you can, it's great to take them in series. You don't necessarily have to, especially if you're an experienced shooter. But Pistol 2 is more dynamic. It has a lot more to do with shooting and moving, multiple target engagements. That one's framed around Jonathan Davis. Jonathan Davis was a veteran of the Mexican-American War, a veteran. He was prospecting for gold out in Sacramento, California when he got ambushed along with a couple of his friends by 14 guys, the Sydney Ducks. And his two friends to his left and right got shot and killed right away. Jonathan Davis saw that the only way out of this was to turn into the ambush and fight through it, so that's what he did. And he ran through those 14 guys like a warm knife through butter, right? Took his two pistols, ran through, you know, the 10 to 12 rounds that he had between the two of them, and then took out his Bowie knife and ended up working through the whole lot of them. So that's the final stage of this one, is a friendly shooting competition framed around that, where you get to go take on 14 targets and work through, you know, moving through a fairly complex stage. But it's a lot of fun, right? And whoever comes out of that as the winner is usually the honor grad, and the honor grad gets a pretty sweet prize, like in all of our courses. So the honor grad for the Jonathan Davis shootout is going to take home this knife. This is the Forester from Naylor Forge, right? It's a real beautiful knife. This is hand forged in the Appalachians, in Boone, North Carolina, by Ashton Naylor, who's a retired Special Forces colonel, so he's a long-time Green Beret, storied history. He made this by hand, sheath, blade, handle, knife, all of it, right? I picked it up there when I was traveling recently, so this is going to be the prize for whoever wins Jonathan Davis shootout, right? Whoever wins that comes back as the honor grad. So, pretty awesome prize. Basically, the price of admission to the course if you end up taking it home. So, you know, a little extra motivation there. But we like to do the prize piece partially because it adds to the competition, but it is a way for us to kind of induce a little sense of urgency in it. It's not just, hey, I'm going to run through this as slow, you know, or methodically as I can. I want to win this course. Of course, we want you to be safe, and we teach you the rules of shooting in that competition and you know, all the safety piece of it. But within the bounds of that, you're trying to more or less run that stage as fast as you can. So it serves as an intro to competition style shooting a little bit, but then also kind of ups the ante a little bit, which is a little bit closer to, you know, the sort of things you'd have to contend with in any sort of real gunfight, right? You get that shot of adrenaline, that you know, that performance piece that's gonna kick in. So so that's one of the reasons that we do that. It's not just so that you get a cool knife, which is awesome, but it's to draw you into the competition a bit more and to make it, you know, a little realer in your head, if you will. All right, so that's Pistol 1 and Pistol 2. Go to intrepidtactics.com and make sure that you sign up for those soon. They're going to be Friday and Saturday, October 27th and 28th, coming up quick. Like I said, you don't have to do both of them, but we'd really love to see some of you out there come to one or both of those courses. So intrepidtactics.com, go ahead and sign up for those whenever, like right now. Just do it right in the middle of the video. Open a new tab, right? Keep watching, go sign up, right? Anyways, we'll move on to the next topic. Future video series. So we started doing this weekly update. I wanted to, you know, get what we're doing out to everyone out there that's interested in taking our courses, interested in the training that we have going on in person. When we started Intrepid Tactics, it was really to train people locally that needed that high end of training. We didn't really see a lot of good options for it in the areas that I was used to being at, right? I didn't see a ton of good trainers around. There are a couple that have popped up in the area recently, which is awesome to see. But we also want to expand that a little bit beyond just the classes that we've got going on locally and offer you guys some content on here, right? So, you know, take the things that we're learning in classes, learning in competition, seeing out there in the real world, right? And bring it to, you know, a larger audience, right? Both so that you guys can, you know, stay in touch with it and, you know, kind of learn from others, if you will. So a bunch of different ideas for that, right? We could do the Intrepid History series, which would be the stories of Hannah Dustin and Wild Bill and Jonathan Davis and all these people that we framed our courses around. So that's one thing I've been playing around with for a while, putting together a series of videos that is basically American gunfighting, you know, the real history of it, the folklore around it, right? A bunch of those stories. So that's one thing that we might have coming down. You know, if we decide to go that route. The other ones, ideas that we've been working with are, you know, pistol skills and drills or rifle that way. So, you know, taking that training and bringing it to you more, you know, in a video format here. Yes, we may do some of that, right? You know, home drills, like what am I doing at home for dry fire? How am I trying to up my skills? What can you be doing, right? What you know, how can you be progressing in between classes, basically? So you go take Pistol 1 or Rifle 1, and like, what do you do between then and when Pistol 2 or Rifle 2, you know, comes around? So, so that's another idea. And then another one I've been working with is physical security, right? So that was one of my specialties as a Green Beret on a team. I was an engineer, so I did physical security, building compounds, building fobs, building safe houses, all that sort of stuff, right? And everything that comes along with that, access control points, linear barriers, the works. So I've applied that a bit to my own home and a bit to the civilian world, if you will. And so that's another idea, is how to harden your home, how to bring that physical security stuff that's, you know, that I've learned from being all over the world, far off places, and bring that into, or bring that to you, basically, through a video series. So those are a few ideas. If you got something that, you know, you really want to hear, maybe one of the things I just talked about, or some other idea that you think would be awesome for us to put out there, go ahead and leave it in the comments on this video. So go ahead and comment right now. Say, hey, Brice, I want the physical security piece. I want the drills. I want the history series, or something else entirely different, right? Like more workouts, right? Give me some kettlebell stuff to work through. So, you know, so that I stay fit through the cold, dark winter months that are coming ahead, right? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Fire away. Let us know what you want to see. We'd really appreciate that feedback. So that helps us to target what we should be going after, what I should be going after on these videos for you guys, our audience. So yeah, go ahead and comment. All right, before we wrap up, don't forget to visit IntrepidTactics.com. Check out the training courses that we've got coming up, Pistol 1 and Pistol 2, as well as that new shot timer. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that if you end up getting it, as well as courses. The Pistol 1 and Pistol 2 are fantastic. Everyone loves them, right? So go ahead and sign up for those courses. And then lastly, I want to thank you for joining us for another weekly update. We're grateful for your support. It really means a lot that you're watching these videos. Can't wait to see you next week. Until then, keep training and reaching for your goals. Goodbye.